Good evening to everyone. It is my pleasure to be back here once more this week. I think if you have listened intently to my colleagues this evening, you, as an objective person, would of course come to the conclusion that this Team Unity administration has led the Federation very well over the last 5 years. Indeed, as we face the COVID pandemic, leadership matters, and you have been getting nothing but very good leadership from this Team Unity administration. We continue to build upon the programs that we have had in place, programs which have made this country stronger, programs which have afforded this government to be able to respond in a very positive way when the rest of the world is facing the pandemic and not being able to do as much as this Team Unity administration. We have performed and we continue to perform. Such performance can be seen in some of the measures that we have taken as recently as this week, and I wish to speak to a few of them, especially from the Ministry of Education. The government has taken a decision to bring home some 53 students who are currently in Jamaica pursuing studies. The cost to the government for doing so is $75,000 US, or approximately 203,000 EC dollars. The students are due to return home on Thursday of this week. And let me point out that the government is undertaking the full cost of this initiative. Therefore, the students are not required to pay anything towards the cost of this charter flight coming out of Jamaica on Thursday. I should add that it is not only the cost of the charter that the government would have to endure, because the government also has had to find facilities to quarantine these students for 14 days when they arrive on Thursday. There are some persons who have been peddling that the government has abandoned the students in Jamaica and elsewhere. Again, fake news. Again, propaganda. The facts would show that about 2 weekends ago, there was a discussion amongst the OECS Ministers of Education relative to bringing students from out of Jamaica in particular. This was initiated by the Minister of Education from Antigua, and he asked about other governments partnering to do so. He indicated that he is looking at a layered charter. I responded indicating that we have some 50 or more students in Jamaica. The end result basically was that if you're looking at a layered flight, and Antigua moved some 44 students from Antigua and 8 students from Montserrat, a total of 52. You add the next 50-something from St. Kitts, you would recognize that a layered flight cannot accommodate that many students. Therefore, we began pursuing negotiations with LIAT since early last week in terms of moving the students from St. Kitts and bringing them back to the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. Unlike the Antiguan government, which ensured that the students paid something towards the cost of the charter, as I said earlier, this government has not taken that particular position. Of course, having taken that decision, there are a number of persons who have asked the question, what about students coming from other territories where they are also undertaking studies? The fact is that the government is not able to move all of the students for different reasons from where they are. Logistically, it has been easy to move students from out of Jamaica because they are in one territory, and we are able to get LIAT to do so. However, we have offered assistance to those other students studying elsewhere. Today, at the Ministry of Education, we wrote checks to the tune of $83,000 EC. $83,000 to 83 students, which would equate to $1,000 per student. That is support that we intend to give to those other students over the next 3 months. There are some other checks that we are supposed to be writing, so that at the end of the day, we expect to be providing financial support of some $100 and something thousand to students who are studying elsewhere. The checks will be disbursed on Thursday of this week, as we still need to get a second signature on those checks. Additionally, I want to report that the Ministry of Education and the government have also taken a decision to resume schools meals as of next week, Tuesday. Therefore, students who are in need of a hot lunch will be provided with a lunch as of Tuesday of next week. The Ministry of Education has already put out a PSA asking parents to get in touch with either the teacher, the principal for the school that the child attends, or to visit the schools on Thursday of this week, as we have asked the secretaries to be at each of the primary schools to take the information so that we have an idea as to which students are in need of lunch, and we are also able to map out where in various communities we need to distribute these lunches to our students. We are mindful of the fact that there are also some students in the secondary schools who may be in need of such assistance. Likewise, parents of students attending the secondary schools are asked to get in touch with the principal, the class teacher or form teacher, or the secretary at the school to give the necessary information. Again, the government is ensuring that we continue to secure the future of all of our students here in the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. As I wrap up my opening remarks, I provide you with the following update. Teacher training continued this week for the delivery of the virtual education that I would have spoken about last week, Tuesday. Yesterday, for example, there was a webinar that I myself was able to log on to, and I found it to be quite interesting. When I got into Bastia yesterday, as I parked on Church Street, I heard someone saying to me, as the person passed in a vehicle, very good webinar discussion this morning in terms of the training of the teachers to provide online education to our students. It was a teacher from the Washington Archibald High School. 900 of the devices that we have ordered for the students arrived on island last week. The additional 900, those were to arrive on island today. And as such, in terms of the online education platform, we are hoping to be able to roll out the start of that sometime during the course of next week. And of course, information will be provided to parents who are in need of the devices for their children as to when those can be collected. And just as important, when the online classes would begin. Again, this Team Unity government has responded very strongly. This Team Unity government has indicated that it is the best government to lead this federation. While others have been panicking, this government has been finding solutions to address the needs of our people. Thank you.